MotorTown has just been updated. Several improvements, lots of bugs fixed, and new cars to play with, but probably the most exciting thing in this update is decals. There are so many to choose from, plus so many ways to customize them, so I'm going to play with those here in just a sec. But first, let's talk about these other updates because they're all pretty awesome. Yeah, no, I wasn't supposed to do that. You knocked over a light pole. You gonna pay for that? I saw what you just did. Hey, excuse me. You're gonna have to pay for that light pole. It costs money to put those up. Where to go? Somebody stole it. 3 new cars have been added. First, we have the Tuscan. It's rear-wheel drive with a stock V8 140 horsepower engine and a 4-speed sport transmission. Then we have the Mickey, a front-wheel drive with 90 horsepower and 5-speed sport. You can find both this and the Tuscan at the junkyard. Why is there a sign in the middle of the road? Maybe they redesigned this part a while back and it was on the side of the road, but then they expanded the road. Well, they left something behind. Here, I'll take care of it. There we go. And finally, the Daffy, which is hiding in a wall right about here. It is also a front-wheel drive, has a 30 horsepower engine, and its own Daffy transmission. Quality of life improvements include when picking up deliveries, the sorting order is now saved. A parking space and truck spawner have been added to the concrete factory. The road divider's collision has been improved. A toggle all button has been added to the world map. There is now a brake light mode for attachable lights. Voltex wheels are now available for smaller vehicles. And the game has also been updated to Unreal Engine 5. Though at this time there isn't really anything noticeably different, but the dev says it opens new possibilities for future updates, so be looking for that. And now for the decals. There's quite a few of them, as you can see here. You're allowed to put 30 layers maximum. I'm going to take this little flame right here. Okay, so you can evidently change the color of the decal. Let's go with an orange. And then another cool update is they've allowed you to add to a palette. So you got these preset colors up here, and of course you can manipulate them here, but then you can save a certain color to a palette here for use later. So I think that's pretty cool. And then you hold right click wherever you're looking at on here, and you can move your decal around. You notice over here on the right hand side you've got what all you can do. You can scale it up and down, rotate it how you want it. I'm going to rotate this around kind of like that and try to put it here on the front. And it depends on how you're looking at it. Like you see, if I'm looking at it this way and I move it around, it projects it onto the surface. So if I want to get right in front, then I need to get this more in the center. You can also use Z and C to stretch it as you wish. Then you can use R to flip it, T to mirror it, which means you would have a mirror image here. Oh, that looks pretty cool. I like that. And then if you flip that, then yeah, you can flip it back and forth like that. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go with this design, I think, just for the time being. It's some nice flames to the front of my truck here. Or you can use your WASD keys to move it around. So all kinds of ways to customize your decals on your vehicle. It's pretty cool, I think. I don't see any numbers though. It'd be kind of cool if we had numbers. So if you wanted to put like bus 1, bus 2, or something like that. And then of course you want your letters, but maybe they'll add that in the future. I think I'm going to add some flames down the side as well. Let's go with these right here, I think. And you just double click and it is on here someplace. Where is it? Oops, I think I messed up. Yep, I completely messed that up and replaced the ones I was working on. Okay, but that's cool though. I like these on here as well. And if you hit escape to go back, then you can choose OK, and bam, that one is bought and it's stuck right there now, so you don't have to worry about actually moving that anymore. Back to decal, and you can either edit that one or add a new one. So I'm going to add a new one. I think I'm going to go with probably this one. Double click that and then hit T for mirror, and if you don't like the mirror you can just take it back off by hitting T again. And then just move this in place here, and let's scale that up a bit. And I want these to come from way up front here, I think. I think that looks pretty cool like that. And then I'm going to go to color and go ahead and select the one I saved to my palette, even though it's the same thing as up here. And I'm going to add one more decal, I think. Now I'm going to have a second one about right here, I think. And then I'm going to color this one more of a red. So let's go as red, or maybe yellow. And I don't really need to add that to the palette, I guess, but I think that looks pretty cool like that on the sides. And I want the same thing on the front too, only this time I'm going to select this one and use G to duplicate. Make sure I get right here in the front and center as much as possible. We do need a way, I think, to, automatically center these things on either the front or the side or the back or the top or something like that, And now this one I'm going to move this around a bit here and scale this down just a little. Go to the yellow, stretch that down a bit, and maybe flip it just to get some variation in the flames, There we go. Take a look at those nice flames. Yeah, this really changes things, I think. One question I want to know is, can you put decals on a trailer? And you can, it looks like. Let's just see what we can do here. Let's go with this and see what I can do. Oh, I can place them right on that, or along the sides, or the rear end, or just on the inside there. That's kind of cool too. Oh no, there's a spot there it doesn't want to go. Yeah, there's a certain distance that projection has that you have to be wary of, because it'll only go so far out. See, now it won't go towards the back anymore. There's a cutoff spot right there. I can zoom in on that, and it still doesn't matter. I still have to get at the right angle. Too bad you can't place it on the tires. That would be kind of fun. There we go. Now I painted my trailer to be somewhat the same as my truck. Now what would be really cool if you could buy these semi-trailers and place a lot of graffiti, kind of like you'd see on a railroad car, or something like that, just all over them, right? I mean, for the time being, you could always use the longer box truck. I'm a perfectly good driver, keeping my truck perfectly between the lines and everything, never mind what my trailer is doing. So yeah, it's great fun to slap some decals on your vehicle, and speaking of slapping things, be sure to slap that like button before you go. And if the content on this channel is your cup of tea, or coffee, or whatever drink you like, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss a new video. Good thing I've got roadside assistance on my insurance plan. Sucks that it costs $1,000 every time I use it. Stay away from Jeju Insurance.
I am Xeridox.